Alvin, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you so much, sir.
All right. Before I get started, you are based out of Bangalore?
Right.
Okay. So let me just give you some background about me and about the organization.
Right.
Um, we can take it from there. Okay.
Sure, please go ahead.
So just to give you some context, we are uh, LearningMate is about 20 years in the business. Not sure if you've heard of us before.
I'm,
Uh,
I'm sorry, but I haven't heard earlier.
sure. Okay. Um, And in terms of, so we've been around for 20 plus years, largely in the edtech space, working in with customers in the US and UK, primarily. Higher education, K through 12, some of the domains that we work with. We work with publishers, universities, colleges, edtech companies, consulting companies, charter schools, virtual schools in the US and UK. Most of our workforce is in India. We've got about 3,500 people, across the globe, of which close to about 2,500 plus are in India at this point. And they're distributed across six offices: Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Pondicherry, Vizag, and Noida. The group, we're part of a larger group called Strive. Strive is it's totally about 19,000 people. Strives again. Um, a large part of our organization is based out of India. Uh, we have a team in Philippines and all that. So from a content perspective, of course, we do both content and technology. So from a content perspective, what we're looking at is we do both. Content, course development, migration, transformation, media for content, learning design. And from a technology perspective, most of our engagements are application development and maintenance. Um, we build a lot of platforms for our customers and products for our customers. We do have our own products as well, which are largely edtech driven. So that's very broadly about who we are as an organization. Close to about 700, 800 people in the technology side, across both services and products. Um, yeah, so that's very broadly our background. If you can let me know, you know,
So,
if you have
so,
any questions.
so just wanted to understand when you said that you be more largely into application development and services. So one side, of course, the edtech product, I can understand because I've already worked for Campus Management Corp, so I know edtech, including the course, SCORM courses, enterprise learning, and all that. But what kind of application development are you been majorly into? Enterprise application?
So yeah, we would build content management systems. We could build learning management systems. We could build adaptive systems.
Okay,
Could build other platforms that you would need from an edtech perspective. We won't build reservation systems, for example.
majorly into edtech arena.
It's major into that. That's right.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions, Amarnath?
No, thank you.
Perfect. All right. So if you can give me some background about the role that you're in currently and some highlights of your career.
Well, so my name is Amarnath, as you already have your CV in front of you. and I come across with 23 years of vast experience into IT and enterprise automation application development industry. Altogether, 18 years I have spent into enterprise application development, management, maintenance, and support kind of projects and services. Currently, I am working as a practice director. Outside, it's known as a practice manager. Within our organization, this is the practice director role, but nothing has to do with the director kind of, board of director kind of things. The practice director role, which is handling the entire Microsoft Dynamics practice. That Microsoft Dynamics practice includes this complete management of P&L, resource management, resource engagement, hiring and recruitment cycle. Then after that, risk assessment, the project onboarding from the customer, account management and account relationship management. Apart from that, definitely the project and delivery management. That's a key part of the project. And then after that, pre-sales activities. Sometime what happens we need to indulge into, and it's a large portfolio on me where I am sitting on a 38 million US dollars of revenue from the global market, which is on Microsoft Dynamics platform. So Microsoft Dynamics platform, you can consider it includes into three different flavors of ERP system, which is one is FNO, and the second one is Business Central, and the third is this CRM arena. And that's a kind of a complete product on which top of that we need to do the product development as well, which is known as ISV solution. Earlier in market we call ISV or the add-on solutions. Across 10 years of 10 plus years, over a decade of my experience, we have got 38 different industry vertical solution developed on top of Microsoft Dynamics, which is one of the ISV is based on edtech industry as well, the complete university management that was done for one Saudi Arabian client. And during that period only, I had worked with the campus management called a Bangalore-based company. They are again an edtech company itself. My day-to-day responsibility includes into the majorly into delivery management, the product development cycles. Then after that, I started here first of all ADM practice, which was architecture development planning practice, and we used mixed hybrid methodology. We took plug in a lot of different methodology like agile. Then one was given by Microsoft, which we earlier used to call Microsoft Shovel Step, but now it is known as a Microsoft Lifecycle Services. And then TOGAF. All three together we combine and we came up with our own IP based framework, which normally we call is XDRI framework, Accelerated Development and Implementation Framework. So that kind of activity I was involved into, and of course I work in closely with our HR team because we are a metrics organization. So the entire resource management and the resource pool engagement, what we have to do in the consultation of our HR team, pre-sales and product solution demo. Sometime with a large account, I will be handling. These are my key product activities.
So you mentioned the Microsoft Dynamics. So i- is that majorly part of what your career has been around Microsoft Dynamics?
Oh, you can say that out of 18 years, our major product has been Microsoft Dynamics only, because Microsoft Dynamics is based on .NET and X++, which is one of the proprietary programming language as well, and some part of C Sharp. So my major career was spent into Microsoft Dynamics. I started as a consultant, then immediately moved into project management, and then delivery management, and finally into leadership position.
Okay.
I take care of the entire application data planning, including our internal organization and the customers base as well. We already have our own private cloud on which which is based on Microsoft Azure infrastructure, and we have a full framework for our customers. So migration, upgrades, whatever happens, that happens within our private cloud, and then finally it is delivered back to our customer.
Sure. So, so what is so in your role? I mean, do you create? Sorry, in your role, do you create new platforms, or how does it work?
Yeah, we create new platforms, which is known as ISV. We call it industry specific solution. Okay.
Okay.
So, so that kind of vertical application, we and the market, if you will ask someone add-on, anybody will tell you what is add-on. So we continue to develop add-on. Add-ons are a completely packaged new product,
And,
specified for particular industry. Industry, if you want to call, then one of our the most selling product is a jewelry industry product, which is jewelry manufacturing, because it's a completely specialized as a custom industry. The second is the hospital and infrastructure management. In that HIS, that includes a full life cycle from patient relationship management up to the hospital administration and surgical and operation management. Then the third largest selling product what we have got is for the construction industry. These three products are globally known products for us.
so this is the Microsoft CRM, right? The Dynamics CRM.
No, 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 no. Microsoft Dynamics has got three products. One is called Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations, and the second one is known as a Business Central, and the third one is known as a Dynamics CRM. there
Right.
are there are three different platforms. The benefit what happens when we use finance and operation, then we get the framework of entire ERP, including finance backend, supply chain backend, human resource backend, and then on top of that we create a separate product which comes and sits on Microsoft Dynamics ERP and works.
Okay. Got it. And typically, what's the size of the team that you have?
Right now we have got 135 people only into Microsoft Dynamics.
135 people.
Yes, dedicated to Microsoft Dynamics.
And, and you said you manage how much revenue
38 million USD globally.
with 135 people?
135 people only for Microsoft Dynamics, but there are different technologies also, like SharePoint collaboration. Then we have got the project management. Then we have got Azure infrastructure. Those are all part of Microsoft Dynamics.
And just give me 1 minute.
Sure.
So this is RouteGate, right? This
Correct.
company that you're working.
Yes, I'll get it. It's a US based company.
Okay.
In India, it is from 2012.
And you've been with them for about 14 years.
14. No, 10 years, 11 years.
Sorry, 10 years. My bad. Sorry. And so what's the practice you are managing here?
Microsoft Dynamics.
Oh, Microsoft Dynamics itself is the practice.
Right.
Okay.
It's not only practice, it's a center of excellence, COE. It's a Microsoft recognized COE.
Okay. And you said you've got $38 million
Exactly.
revenue target.
Exactly.
So that this you're saying is not just Microsoft Dynamics, it's all things around it also.
Yes, all plugged in.
Okay. And how big is the company then? I mean, what's the size of the portfolio that you're managing vis-a-vis the company?
We have got 450 people sitting back in Bangalore and Kolkata, and development center in Navi Mumbai,
Okay.
in Airoli area.
Got it.
That's our India part. In US, they have got close to 800 plus guys, which is spread across .NET, Java development, and all that. because majorly they in US office and US headquarter, they majorly do all government project, the Homeland Security Department projects and all that, maintenance and remote infrastructure management for them.
Understood. So, Amanath, from a learning mate standpoint, I mean, how, how, how do you see you bringing in your expertise and value to the organization?
Well, as I went through the JD which was given, all right,
Mm.
it was a person who should be able to handle your application development division, who will be managing the projects, showcasing to customers, trying to get the customer confidence with the pre-sales, demos, solutions, and finally getting it developed and delivered to the customers. Okay, whether in terms of service or in terms of application, that is not mentioned over there, of course, that it's a pure application development. I assume definitely there will be AMS application maintenance services as well included. In past 18 years of my experience, the kind of skills I had developed with, and the type of experience working with the software development and application development industry and application maintenance and support industry, both are completely different forte, and I bring both of them together. I have got deep experience into complete application development and the product development life cycle, which starts from architecture development and planning, and goes up to application data management, and then from the support side, I have got the full-fledged application experience of running an application maintenance support service along with the customer's confidence, starting from the support service value proposition to customer, up to setting up this back office support team, and finally providing them service level agreement based support, and giving them a measurable results to the customers. So I believe that if I am onboarded by LearningMate, then the kind of JD what I have been shown or I have been shared with, and maybe there will be an additional responsibilities also given, I would be able to fulfill them.
Understood. And from this 38 million that you have, and as a target,
No,
um,
no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just sorry to interrupt you. It's not target. There is nothing a kind of a target is given there. I talked about the last year up to 31st December 2023 revenue from the Microsoft Dynamics practice.
and you manage all of it or no?
It's a shared practice. Out of Microsoft Dynamics contributes 67% of that. Azure Infrastructure Services contributes around 18% out of that. Then the AI and automation services contributes to close to 8.2% out of that. So it's a complete shared revenue matrix within our organization.
So, my thing, my question back to you is what is the number that you manage? Or do you have a revenue target or don't you have a revenue
No, no,
target?
no. We don't have a revenue target. We don't have a revenue target.
So it's 38 million is Routget's revenue.
Yes, it's a full route get revenue.
Understood. So then from a KPI perspective, what is your KPI?
Our KPI is this project development and the deliveries.
Project development and deliveries.
Yes.
Okay. Um, and uh, and it could be in any of these 3-4 areas that you talked.
Yes, yes.
So who owns this 38 million revenue target?
The head of sales sitting in US.
The head of sales.
Yes. They are called sales partner.
Understood. And you are responsible for the delivery aspect of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because in India is a global delivery center. We are GDC.
Okay, understood. And you report into?
I report to CIO.
Report to
CIO.
CIO. CIO.
Back in US.
CIO is based out of India.
US.
US. Okay. And you have your other peers who are out of India.
Of course.
Got it. Got it. And what is this? So I'm not able to kind of put my. Uh, so you don't have a target.
No, we are not having a specific target given that we have to achieve, because see, whenever there will be a commercial target attached to us, in that case what will happen, the market development, the project delivery, the sales achievement, target achievement, all will come to us. We don't hold sales. Sales is taken care by sales partners. There are separate sales partners for different portfolios. Like for an example, you see within our organization, there is a sales partner for SAP. There are sales partner for Salesforce. There are sales partner for Microsoft. Okay, within Microsoft there are a couple of sales partner for application development, application support, Microsoft Dynamics, Azure. There are four different sales partners, and all sales partners will give us the opportunity to work on. And we need to, this is the beauty of our practice, this is the beauty of our system, that those sales partner can even give the project, they can try to our Philippine office also, they can get it done from there as well, if possible. So we need to give them 100% performance from our India GDC to our sales partners. So we are selling ourselves kind of to those sales partners. So the projects are given to us, the product requirements are given to us, we do the development, we do the pre-sales. Once there is an opportunity and it has been transferred or informed to our delivery department, we will take care of the project and the opportunity. We will communicate with customer, we will showcase them the product and the solutions. In case if it is required, on-site travel will be needed, then on-site traveling will happen. Then after that we will communicate with the customer, and finally account is handed over to this partner, sales partner. Now sales partner will get the contract signed. As soon as the contract is signed, project is onboarded. Once the project is onboarded, it is given to India GDC. Now the whole and sole responsibility of this complete account life cycle lies within my portfolio.
Okay. And so you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I would like to understand more into the kind of a JD and the job responsibility I will be handling and I will be managing if I'm onboarded.
Okay. So these are essentially, when you say tech role, one of the tech roles that we have is more from a delivery perspective.
Correct.
And the delivery aspects for us are pretty much in terms of, we build applications for customers, right? And they would largely be tech applications. So either they're driven by components that we have and all of that, those concepts. Typically, the roles that we look at for these people, they carry revenue targets. They
Okay.
carry revenue and margin targets, right?
Okay.
So, let's assume that somebody at a project director and above would have a revenue target of anywhere between 10 to 15 million to 20 million, right? With obviously a 35% margin expectation
Okay.
from the, or rather more, I mean, not necessarily EBITDA margin, but contribution margins at about 55-60%, for example, right? And NPS or CSAT aspects around that to ensure that they're getting a ratings and things like that. So that is the back, in some ways, the background of the role, and this is largely, like I said, tech projects. So you would work with architects, you would work with developers, designers, and largely be responsible for stakeholder management. Uh, like I said, most of our business is in the US, some of it is in the UK. So it would mean either one of those countries that this role will work through. The rest of it is standard, delivery
So
management, schedule
I
management.
have a small question here because I've worked on this model earlier, even till 2018 before COVID came. We were working on that model only. So just I wanted to understand that when you talk about that there is a revenue target given to the leaders, all right. So as soon as the revenue target is given, then the complete modality changes because
Yeah.
as soon as the revenue target is given like prior to 2018, then the entire customer account management, the market building, market development activity,
No,
all these were
no,
also
no,
taken care
no,
by us.
no, no. Market development does not do this way.
All right,
So
so
when I say revenue target, I mean, say you run a project of 5 million, the project is given to you, your responsibility is to ensure that 5 million comes.
now I have a small question, all right, just a small question, and one clarification also, that all right, uh, I have to maintain a 35% of EBITDA. Take an example. Just take an example. All right, that is achievable by us, because when we talk about EBITDA, that means whatever internal project expenditure or the cost of development we have planned or we have assumed within our outlook, I'll have to maintain that. That is understandable. All right. Now consider that a revenue target is given, and I'm being given a revenue target of 30 million USD. Take an example, or even 20 million USD target is given. All right, but these opportunities or these projects must come from the sales team or must come from the outside team, right? Now the sales team has been unable to get the final contract from the customer of 20 million. It has been happening. That's what I'm talking about. It has been happening. This has happened, and these were our monthly outlook meeting fights also earlier. That's what I am talking about. All right. Now, if those values are not passed on to us, then how we will be able to achieve that value?
So you are talking of a scenario where you have to depend on projects every year.
Of
That's
course.
not the typical scenario that we are living with. We work on multi-year contracts. So typically, you would have a trailing number that would be there for every year. In that case, you are not bothered about whether there is revenue coming in or whether there's sales being done or not.
All right.
That's not your responsibility.
Okay.
Okay, sales will get in. There is obviously checks and balances to ensure we're not taking low margin projects, and of course, you're not going to be unreasonable and say, oh, okay, we got a project at 10% margin. You have to make it into 30% margin and still deliver at quality.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed that is what you're thinking will happen.
No, 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 no. I was not concerned about that. I was not concerned
Yeah.
about
So
that.
there's no responsibility for you to get any business.
Okay.
That's not your responsibility unless you're part of account management, which you're not.
Right.
You will be part of project management, delivery management. Your job, and when I say your job, I mean the role's job, is to ensure that customer is happy, customer is getting the deliverables as per promise at the quality that they've paid, that they expect, and we are obviously not burning more money than we should, so that our margins are maintained. Uh,
Exactly.
so yeah, so that is typically what this role will
So,
be
so,
about.
so, so that is what is our job. That is what I'm made to, right? Because what happens, definitely, these are the scenarios that normally the last milestone payment customer, ideally with other organizations, they don't tend to give, because finally during the product development, during the delivery, customer was not happy, or the post delivery support systems customer were not happy, and finally our money got stuck. So consider that if it's a 5 million projects, we could gain only 4.6 million, but close to 40 remained there. So those kind of scenario is not going to happen. This is what you talked earlier, that if there is a 5 million project, I'll have to ensure that 5 million should come in. That means and that is depending upon the CSAT and the quality of the project, quality of the product, and the quality of delivery and post delivery, if the support is part of the contract, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. But when you say revenue target, then what you are talking right now, that's not a kind of revenue target. That is the performance target. That if there is a performance set is that okay, this particular project EBITDA has to be 30%, or this project is a little bit crucial and somehow we were able to manage only 20% of margin or only 15% of margin, but we'll have to deliver it. Then I'll have to make sure, being a leader, that the project is delivered with the same quality, with no compromise on timelines or the quality, but the cost is controlled, which is a cost management job for me,
I agree.
right? So that's what I just want to clarify, because when you say revenue target, it's not a direct revenue target given to us.
No, we call it revenue target. I
Okay,
mean, in your
understood.
world, you may call it something else. So
Understood,
that's
understood,
fine.
understood.
Perfectly
No,
acceptable.
because prior to 2018, what was there, I just want to explain my own scenario. That till 2018, we were having our revenue targets.
Sure.
That means GDC has to generate this much revenue, and out of GDC, Microsoft Dynamics practice must generate 12 million USD of revenue. It was those kind of targets were given to us, and what were happening, that the opportunities what we were getting from our sales partner, they were not valuable, and ultimately we could not achieve the target, and we were blamed. So after 2018, COVID broke up. Then after that, once we restarted back again in 2020, in November month, all of us were working from home. So then what happened, this revenue target system given to GDC was removed. Now what we are having, we are given that performance target, that all right, this is a project which is costing, there is a costing of 3.2 million USD, and we are selling it at 4.5. This 3.5 of the target, we will have to maintain, that our cost should not go beyond that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, Abhinav?
No, 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 not right now.
Perfect. Great. Thanks so much for this conversation, and we'll be in touch for any next steps.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.